Hello Bobcats, and welcome to another episode of The Sage. I'm Sophia Parks.
And I'm Steve Ellingson. In today's show, we have a look at the new one-to-one Chromebook program.
Some recent sports updates.
And an interview with our first ever full-time campus officer, Kam Valentine.
So, without further ado, The Sage starts now. As many of us already know, this year's freshman class received their own Chromebook devices last week to use for the entirety of the school year.
The program aims to provide internet and digital access to all freshmen at Sage.
For a closer look into the program, Madisyn, Goerlitz, and Taylor Riley are on the story.
Last week, the entirety of Sage's freshman class received Chromebooks. Ms. Ronnie Supplayer gave us an inside look on everything all sophomores, juniors, and seniors miss.
Freshmen in their PE classes came into the library and stood at station number 1, got a Chromebook checked out and a charger. After that, they went over to station number 2 and wrote their names on the Chromebooks. Then we had them go to station number 3 and they plugged them in and made sure their Chromebooks were working. If at any time any freshman or other classman has problems with their passwords, come see me at the library.
Senior Garrett Taylor volunteered to help freshmen through this process. He shared his job and predictions for the program.
When the freshmen were getting their Chromebooks, my job was to stand here and basically guide them through this process. I think that as the course of the year goes on, I think the freshmen are going to be responsible enough to make sure all the Chromebooks are in line.
Freshmen Faith, Luna, and Christian shared their experience with the Chromebook so far, as well as what they are looking forward to.
When 6th graders got Chromebooks, we were 7th graders, and then when 7th graders got Chromebooks, we were 8th graders, and I'm grateful that we have them.
My experience with the Chromebooks has been really good. They're really easy to use, and it'll be fun and nice to have them in the classroom so everyone can get one and we can do a bunch of online work.
I'm just excited because then I get to listen to music while I'm doing my homework, and I get to customize all what I want on my own personal computer device.
Thanks so much for tuning in. This has been Madisyn Goerlitz
And Taylor Riley
reporting for The Sage. Now, back to the anchors.
Thank you, Madisyn and Taylor. I'm not gonna lie, I wish I had my own Chromebook.
I think the whole senior class could agree on that one. For other news, we have Harper Hughes with sports and announcements.
Bobcats, I'm Harper Hughes, and here are your sports and announcements for this week. Wednesday, girls tennis beat Pacific Ridge 10-8 and followed that up with the 18-0 sweep against Oceanside. They will be playing at home tomorrow against SDA after school. Cross country competed in the Dana Hills Nike Invitational, where the girls' junior and senior team came in first, as well as the boys' freshman and sophomore teams. Varsity will be competing in the Stanford Invitational this Saturday in San Francisco. Girls volleyball won their first league match against SDA 3-0. Come out today as they will be playing RBV at 5 o'clock in the Bobcat Arena. For the rest of the week, golf will be matched up against RBV, and field hockey has 2 home games this upcoming week, Friday versus La Jolla Country Day and Monday versus Point Loma. For information on the Tuesday games, visit the Sports Center on the Sage website. Currently, we are in the Sandy Hook Awareness Week. ASB has lunch activities planned, like a photo booth on Thursday and Random Acts Day on Friday, where students can receive random acts of kindness that they can perform throughout the day. Club Rush will be next Wednesday during lunch. To find out more information, check out my article on the Sage website. For updates on Bobcat Athletics, follow @TheSageSports on Instagram. I'm Harper, sending it back to the desk.
Thank you, Harper.
In other sports news, our very own cross-country teams heads north for competition later this week at the prestigious Stanford University.
Troy Howertown has a story.
Hi, I'm Troy with the Sage, and we're here with Coach Faring talking about the Stanford Invitational. So Coach, what do you expect from this year's Invitational?
Well, first we hope to have a good time. You know, that's the reason why we're going, is to have a good time and a good experience. We also obviously want to do well. So hopefully, you know, on the girls' side, we'd like to get, you know, top 3 would be nice, and then the guys' side maybe top 5. We're a little stronger on the girls' side this year, but we are in the sweepstakes race, which means a very elite group of teams. So it should be pretty challenging. Yeah.
Any teams in specific that you would be worried about?
Well, they're all good, so you never know what's going to happen. But locally, LCC is going to be going up there, so definitely our girls team would like to beat LCC for the first time. You know, on the guys' side, we have some Division 4 rivals that we'd like to take down as well. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Coach. And so now let's send it back to the anchors.
Thank you.
Wow, Stanford. Last year, the cross-country team visited Seattle, Washington, and every year they visit Fresno, California to compete in the state competition.
You can always count on Sage Creek's cross-country team to go the distance when it comes to competition.
Lastly, as we have all heard at the assembly last week, Sage Creek now has our own full-time police officer.
Isabella Eiler caught up with Officer Kam Valentine to find out what his daily life is like on campus.
This year, Sage Creek welcomes our first safety resource officer, Kam Valentine. He can be found patrolling the campus and keeping Sage Creek safe. We caught up with some of the students here to ask them if they felt safer on campus having a full-time officer.
I mean, I've only tripped on the stairs like here and there, and we're mostly bordered by wilderness, so there's no human threats.
Next, we stopped by Mr. Schuwaller's office to have him give us some insight into new safety drills and a background on Officer Kam Valentine.
Officer Valentine has been a great addition to Sage Creek. What we're really excited about is, as the year progresses, is to do a little bit of some education with our students and our staff from, you know, a wide range of things. So whether it's vaping, drugs and alcohol, security, your own self-protection, self-defense. There's a lot of areas where Officer Valentine can be a wonderful resource for, again, our staff and our students. So we're so excited that he's here.
Finally, we caught up with the man of the hour, Officer Kam Valentine.
All right, I'm Officer Valentine, Carlsbad Police Department. Been with the department for about 10 years. I want the students here to feel safe and secure in the campus that they're at to enrich their learning environment. I've always wanted to help people, which is why I joined the Marine Corps. I did the Marine Corps for 10 years. I thought to myself, what else can I do to help people? Then I was like, you know, law enforcement. So that's kind of what brought me here.
If you ever have any concerns or just want to talk with him, you can find him in the main office. This has been Isabella Eiler reporting for The Sage. Now back to the anchors.
It's nice to know that we now have an officer to always protect us.
I totally agree. For even more about Officer Valentine's story, check out Bella Neem's article on our website, thesagenews.com.
Well, that's it for today. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at The Sage Publication and at The Sage Sports. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Sophia Parks
and Steve Ellingson reporting for
The Sage.